Relax, buddy, you're fine. The little guard dog from Josh's room. All bark.
Hi there, it's a real pleasure to not only be here at Bleeding Fingers with Greg, who's going to show us around, but also Paul's here to have a look around. I think we're fascinated to see what this is all about. Could you tell us about the concept of what Bleeding Fingers is?
Yeah, so Bleeding Fingers is basically Hans Zimmer and Extreme Music collaborated and created this building's company called Bleeding Fingers. So we do, you know, original music for television shows. Okay. So pretty much anything, you know, that you see on TV, we've done something for, you know, major networks. We just finished the Planet Earth 2 full BBC. But yeah, you know, Survivor, Little Big Shots, just anything and everything that we could possibly, you know, get into. That's kind of the focus. So. And
it's not just a kind of a basic kind of production company. Everything's housed within here. Yeah, so this building has, I want to say 20 rooms, 20 studios. So we have 12 or so in-house full-time composers that come in every day, and they just, you know, they collaborate with each other on projects and basically just write all day, every day. So, you know, they bounce ideas off each other and kind of play things for each other and, you know, tell each other about new gear and new libraries, plugins, whatnot. So it's a pretty good kind of collaborative environment that we've got here. So.
Okay. And final mixes when they're ready to get stuff sent out.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the project. Sometimes some clients want to do that themselves, but we also have, you know, Alan's here on campus, so we've got our, you know, our mixers that we reach out to regularly. So, you know, like I said, depending on the project, different clients like to handle it differently, but yeah.
And how long have you been here?
I've been here for 2.5, almost 3 years now, so just a little bit after the company kind of started. So,
right.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's good.
So should we have a look around? I hope you're kind of not going to disturb everyone.
Yeah, no, that's fine. They're used to it. They're used to us walking in, kicking in the door. So we'll take a look around and get you guys in some of the cool rooms.
Cool. Thanks very much.
No problem. Hey, buddy. So these are the Spitfire guys.
Hi there, how are you doing? Sorry to interrupt. Christian.
Nice to meet
you.
you.
And this is Paul. We're doing a whole series on collaborative spaces, and I think a lot of people, you know, gone are the dark ages of composers sitting on their own in their attics and stuff.
For sure, this is different.
Yeah, absolutely. And how are you finding it?
Great, we feed off of each other a lot.
Right.
You know, I way prefer it. But it's, you know, it's you also got to sit in traffic in LA and get here. You know, I have a setup at home as well that I try to work, you know, at night, and then I do this during the day here.
And do you find that there's a kind of an important moral support as well? That's
absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, me and Greg did a show that was it was a tough one.
Yeah, that was one of many, but yeah, some turned out to be harder than others. But yeah, it's nice to be able to bounce things off of, you know, each other, especially when the clients aren't necessarily
right. Actually walking into the room and sitting down together rather than sending a file back, sending a file.
Yeah.
You know, Russell comes over here a lot. Greg would come down here and watch something, you know, so.
So you've got a lot of guitars.
Yeah.
Do you play?
I do play a little bit, yeah.
So is that something that you guys do as well? Do you kind of play on each other's tracks? Or do people
every once in a while?
Yeah. Okay.
Not as often as you might think.
Okay.
I mean, we all sort of play everything.
Yeah.
Here, you know, like maybe some better than others. Guitar is my strong suit. I'm a crappy keyboard player, but I get away with it because, you know, MIDI.
That's what it's there for.
Yeah.
And I feel like, you know, sometimes if other guys that, like you said, aren't as strong guitar players can use you to play a riff or just do something so that they can kind of take it, you know, to the next level and, you know, make everything sound as good as it possibly can sound. So that's helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, listen, thanks very much for your time.
Absolutely.
And,
nice to meet you. I love the Creative Cribs thing, and I love your sample libraries.
Oh, thank you.
Thank
More
you.
than anything. But yeah, I've been watching a bunch of those. It's great.
We have a lot of fun doing them. It's brilliant. Great to see you.
Cool.
Take care.
All right, guys.
All these rooms here are all that size. So there's the smaller size rooms, and then we have the two bigger size rooms that have, this one in particular has...
Hey, very good to see you. Hey.
Christian, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Good to see you.
Hi, I'm Paul.
So, yeah, as I was saying, we're doing a series on collaborative spaces. Where we did one in Iceland, and there's one in King's Cross.
Cool.
Kind of, you know, places where people are not necessarily working together, but working in the same building. And how do you find it?
I find it immensely useful. I mean, on a couple of fronts. One is the composer lifestyle is very solitary, and so it's very like, you know, well, you wind up becoming like a weird creature that lives in dark rooms. And so there's a social aspect to it that's really nice to kind of take a break and engage with other human beings. Yeah. There's also things that if you're having a problem, be it with, you know, dumb technical stuff or really kind of like more creatively geared things that you might want to bounce off someone that you respect. They're right down the hall. All that stuff is really, really useful. And
emotional support when things aren't going so well?
I mean, I think at this point we're kind of all like hardened criminals, you know? Yeah, exactly. We've been beaten up enough that right. But there's other certainly frustrations that do come about inevitably when you're killing yourself in terms of spending 20 hours in the space. Like you get sleep deprived and then little comments made by a director or producer set you off. And yeah, it's helpful to kind of vent at times, certainly.
I think what's been useful with Paul and I's partnership and working in close proximity has been to stop each other sending that email that's going to basically destroy your careers.
Yeah, it's best that you talk to a confidant than the person that actually sent you the critique. Yeah, it could get you in a bit of trouble.
Brilliant stuff. Well, listen, if we're not disturbing you, we'll come back and do a more detailed thing about your studio and your workflow if that's cool.
Absolutely.
And we're just going to see a couple of the other guys and we'll be back in a bit.
Awesome. No, that sounds great. All right, sounds good.
Hi there. I'm Christian. How are you doing? Hi, I'm Paul. Nice to meet you. First thing that strikes me walking in here is that it looks slightly more analog, and then I don't know if that's not the right thing. There's less kind of synths piled up and stuff like that.
I'm far more classical, I guess. Okay. I was a pianist for a long time, so you know, I use your guys' strings all the time, and I use your brass and everything. But I'm much more orchestral about everything that I do. So, yeah.
And how do you find working in, around other composers and stuff? I think this is a fairly new thing that we're seeing around the world. These little hubs kind of sprouting up. How are you?
I love it. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you guys with Jacob earlier. Yeah. Jacob and I, we both did Planet Earth together, and it was very easy for us to just kind of be able to go back and forth between each other and bounce ideas off of each other and just share musical ideas with each other. So yeah, it's really good in that way. And
I imagine a lot of people looking at this and go, well, sure, you could do that over WeTransfer and stuff. Is there something that's different about just the physical proximity?
There's something about being in the same room with each other where it just we can both sit there at the piano and figure something out, and there's just an energy about it that I think you can't get just going over the internet, I guess.
Often I find, as a composer, just being in the same room playing something, I've often would just go, no, don't say anything. I know now what's wrong. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely, yes. And there's something about also just watching someone's reaction and go, okay, wait a minute, let's try this now. And it's, I think that's very beneficial.
Absolutely. Sure. That's absolutely brilliant. Thanks for letting us trouble you, and
of course.
And congratulations with your work on Planet Earth. I really enjoyed it.
Thank you.
Fantastic, brilliant.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Great stuff.
There he is.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, thanks.
Good to you. We met last year, wasn't it?
So one of the things that we're interested to know is what's the kind of main benefit from having other composers around, in your mind?
Wow. Just the collaboration of ideas, but it's also, we'll meet at lunch and we'll go, all right, what new sounds are you using? What new plugins are you using?
Yeah.
If I open something up and I have a crash or I have an issue, I can go next door and say, you're running the same thing, right? Let's have a look and see what's going on there, what's different. It's just having other people around, because how much time do we spend in our studios by ourselves?
Yeah,
it's nice
trying to fix things.
Exactly. It's nice to be able to have like-minded people next door, across the hall, that you can just knock on the door and see what's going on, get inspired from them.
Yeah.
So
you play work in progress as well too.
Yeah, sometimes you do. Yeah. I mean, sometimes I've worked on a particular series with one of the other guys in the building, so we split up episodes.
Yeah.
So he did one, I did two, and or we will do the first two episodes together, then we'll do you know, 3 to 7 separately. We'll split them up, and then we'll do the last one together.
Yeah.
And we can go back, even though it's his episode, he'll call me in. What do you think of this? And backwards and forwards like that.
Yeah. Well, thanks for sparing some time to talk about it. It's,
Absolutely.
It's a great space, this, absolutely.
Oh, I'm glad you guys made it over to check it out.
So this is the monstrosity of a table that the guys, as you can tell, just write whatever on.
I have to say, if this was in England, there'd be a lot more penises.
Oh yeah? Lacking in the penis department?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean...
With shading.
You want to hit the red button behind you, see what happens. They say never hit the red button, but... So that's the second floor garage door. Natural light in there. Just an interesting touch to the building.
That's great.
The transformer building from outside. So yeah, I mean, sometimes we let it in for a little light, but it's nice, especially it's like the complete opposite of being in those rooms.
Cure studio tan.
Exactly. It's like you get a little bit of vitamin D. Probably not as much as you need, but hey, it's better than being in the rooms all day.
Brilliant stuff.
Yeah, so up here, like I said, we just, a lot of these rooms are sublet. We actually have another composer up here we can walk by on the way down, and then I have a room up here too as well. Yeah, I mean, this is basically everything kind of comes through here. Listen to it in here, make sure, you know, the guys didn't miss anything, and it's all sounding about right.
So you do quite a lot of kind of wrangling, is that? Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll, you know, interface with the clients and, you know, basically take their briefs and get it to the right guys or who I think would do the best job based on, you know, the brief or the style of music that they're looking for. Like Josh has said, if it's some type of, you know, classical or orchestral type stuff, then, you know, he'll usually take it. I mean, the guys do everything, everyone does everything, and that's one of the reasons that, you know, we're still taking our time filling the rooms, because we have to get the right people that can do multiple styles of music, but at you know, a high bar and kind of keep the quality up. So that's
it's
really
kind of, there's an internal QA, really.
Definitely, yeah. There's a lot of that going on, and you know, the guys do it on their own before myself or Russell or Monica even hear anything. You know what I mean? They kind of ask each other, "What do you think of this? How's this sound? This, that, and the other." And then by the time I hear it, you know, however many guys have already heard it and given their input. So then, you know, I'll give my 2 cents and then eventually get it to the client, who will give their 2 cents. But at that point, you know, we usually have gotten the kinks out, and you know, usually they're happy kind of with the product.
And it's not just about kind of ego, is it? It's sometimes it's snowblindness, you know. Yeah. Actually, we have 2 composers who work with us, and one of them sent me this piece, which is awesome. It was 95% there, and I told her, you just need to go home and come back. I'm not going to tell you. You'll hear it tomorrow. I can hear that you can't hear it because you've been working so hard on it. You just need to go home and come back. Just one more pass, and you'll be there.
Well, yeah, it's funny you say that, because a lot of times that will happen. You know, guys will be working on stuff, because that's also kind of the nature of this business. A lot of stuff really needs to get turned around quickly. I mean, we have time for some projects, but others, it's just how quickly can we get something back. So the guys will be here all night killing themselves, and you know, at 3, 4 in the morning, when their ears start to fry and they just can't quite hear what they should be hearing, or it's not sounding right to them. They don't have the luxury of taking time to step away. So it helps to have the other guys, you know, here to be able to come in and be like, "Oh, do you hear that?" And then immediately they'll catch on and be like, "Oh yeah, I can't believe I missed that," or "I can't believe I can't hear that." But again, you know, 20 hours of working straight will do that to you, especially if you're, you know, listening.
It's just also having somebody literally standing in the room and playing it again. You suddenly start to notice all the flaws, don't you? That you couldn't hear 5 minutes before, even if they don't say anything.
Yeah, particularly repetition. That's what I feel. You sit in the room with someone, you go, "Oh yeah, we need to go up a third." Yeah, there.
They need to be there. Just feel the feeling of someone in there just helps them kind of look at it, take a different kind of take on what they're doing, and different approach. But yeah, I mean, I think it definitely helps to have all of us kind of here, because they can, if I'm not here, the other guys are here. If they're busy, there's always someone that's available to come and check something out, so you don't have to bounce it, send it, and kind of take that 10, 20 minutes or however long it is. You're in the middle of writing something, it's a lot better to have someone come in and figure it out with them as you're writing, as opposed to you know, bouncing it and having to go back and open it, because a lot of the sessions too, you know, they get pretty big, so it can take, you know, 10 minutes to open a session. So just even every minute counts, especially, you know, in this business. We got to get stuff, you know, turned out as quickly as possible, but they like it to sound as good as possible as well, so it's just the right balance of, you know, speed and quality. So
is the company kind of isolated in a sense creatively from, say, remote control or extreme music, or is there some kind of cross-fertilization between the three?
There's a lot of cross-fertilization. You know, especially with extreme, we do a lot of projects for extreme, through extreme. just kind of makes sense that, you know, we're writing so much music all the time that if we see kind of a hole in the catalog, or if they see that, you know, a lot of clients are requesting certain styles of music, or, you know, certain genres, something that's popular, kind of a Stranger Things type of, like that, obviously it was kind of a big deal. You know, everyone decided to start writing stuff like that. So not like they necessarily had a hole in the catalog for that stuff, but there wasn't as much as I'm sure people would like to, especially considering that release. So that's something that we could easily, you know, take on and generate an album or two of that type of stuff, and then kind of feed it through Extreme, and then kind of satisfy, you know, both companies' needs. But yeah, with remote control as well, you know, there's guys over there we work with all the time, and it just, again, it's usually the project that dictates who we work with and in what capacity, but this whole campus is very collaborative. So, you know, like I said, depending on what it is, we'll talk to Hans' sample guys and see if there's anything new that, you know, he's just finished using that we might be able to incorporate in some of our projects, and you know, vice versa when they have stuff over there that they need some help with, and, you know, we're happy to help a lending hand. So
fantastic. Well, on our way out, is there maybe one more we could?
Yeah,
thanks
definitely.
for putting Spielberg on hold, by the way.
Yeah, anytime. It's good to have a Spielberg voicemail for the archives, for the internets. Relax, buddy, you're fine. And a little guard dog for Josh's room. All bark.
Hey, how you doing?
Austin. Hey, I'm Austin.
Christian, how do you find working in a collaborative space? Are you enjoying that?
I love it so much.
It's not daunting at all?
You know, it's daunting in a good way.
Right.
You know, it's like positive peer pressure. It kind of keeps you on your toes, keeps you inspired. So I love seeing how all the other guys work. Always gives me good ideas. Love it. Like the synth, I just got this. I never would have done that if I didn't work here. But I guess I see the value of stuff like that and pushing the boundaries and stepping out of my comfort zone. So
that is,
I love it.
I mean, that is one of the side effects I think I've found of hanging out with and meeting new composers.
Yeah.
Is I'm buying a lot more kit.
Yeah.
You know, just organ envy. That came out wrong. So yeah. Excellent stuff. Well, listen,
Yeah,
thanks.
It's a dream come true working here. I love it.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it's so fun.
Brilliant. Well, thanks for spending some of your time, and best of luck with everything. Brilliant. Is the name poignant? Is that about the culture of really?
Yeah, I mean, like we try and keep these guys' fingers bleeding. You know, you gotta keep them working. Obviously, you know, an ode to playing guitar for so long, but yeah, these guys are in here long enough to get their fingers to bleed.
Shredding.
Try and keep it that way. Yeah. So yeah, we work hard. Is bottom line.
Fantastic. Well, Greg, thanks very much for showing
no problem.
us.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you.